everyone, hi and welcome to my channel. And in today's video, I'm going to be giving my thoughts about the HOKA Bondi SR shoes after having them for 2 weeks straight and wearing them to work as a nurse. Now keep in mind, I am no shoe expert. I'm just giving you my point of view from the angle of an ICU nurse who has to, work for a 12-hour shift straight. So in the past 2 weeks, I've had to go to work 3 times a week, and my shifts are usually 12-hour shifts. So I go to work 7:30 and I close at 8, and that's the way it goes. So I was in the market looking for new shoes about 2 weeks ago, and I decided to go with the HOKA Bondi SR. If you haven't watched the unboxing video, I'm going to link it either up here or somewhere down in the description below. So if you want to know my first impressions about the shoes or why I decided to go for the shoes, you can go and watch it in that video. So now that I've had these shoes for 2 weeks, these are the shoes. How do I feel about them? And we're going to be answering the big question later. Are we keeping them or are we returning them? Stay tuned to the end to find out. The first question I'm going to be answering is, were these shoes comfortable? So the first day I had to wear them to work because I usually walk to work. So it's about 20 minutes walk, not too much. I didn't have to say it felt nice walking in these shoes. I was like, these shoes are nice. I was walking and feeling on air. Even when I got to work, the first, few hours, I felt like I was walking for, I don't know whatever I was doing, but, it felt nice. Where I started to have problem with these shoes was where I needed to stand. And as nurses, we stand. We stand for a lot of things. We stand for ward rounds, we stand for medication preparations, we stand for patient care, manual handling, or you stand for a lot of things. You stand to take bloods, you stand to collect, you stand for a whole lot of things. Sometimes it might be standing for as little as 5 minutes, and sometimes it might be as little as standing for 1 hour to 2 hours at a stretch. If you're doing CPR, that's going to be standing for a long time. So we stand as nurses. And when I began to stand in these shoes, hell no, my legs were aching. But even for things like ward round, after standing for like 10 minutes, I was finding myself like rocking from side to side to kind of, help alleviate that pain or that soreness I was feeling in my heels. It was terrible for me standing in these shoes. Now, these shoes claim to have cushion. And as you can see here, all this, I'm guessing, is supposed to be some kind of cushion. But this shoe is more of a support kind of shoe than cushion type of shoe, if you get what I mean. Now, if you have some kind of, issues with your feet and you need support, I would recommend this shoe because it was giving support. But cushion, it was not giving me cushion. After every shift, my leg was aching like mad. Like my legs were sore. And it wasn't like I wore them one time. I wore them for 2 weeks straight to be sure. So yes, I wouldn't recommend this shoe if you are looking for cushion. But if you are looking for support for your feet, this shoe is a good idea. And maybe if you walk a lot and you don't have to do a lot of standing, I'd recommend this shoe because every time I was walking in these shoes, it felt like I was walking on air. But the problem is when you have to stand. Oof. Wouldn't recommend, people. Wouldn't recommend. The next question I'm going to be answering is, were these shoes true to size? So I'm usually like a UK size 5 or 5.5. So I decided to go with a size 6 for these shoes. And even with the fact that I went with a size 6, I still feel like at the end of the day, when your legs are swollen and when your feet are swollen at the end of the day, a size 6 wasn't okay for me. I should have gone up to a size 6.5. So I don't think these shoes are true to size. I think if you want to get the HOKA Bondi SR, I don't know of other HOKA shoes, but I'm talking specifically for the HOKA Bondi SR shoes. I think you should go a size up or 1.5 size up. And even I got the regular. So this is how the shoes look, where your feet are supposed to stay. So when I saw them on the website, I was like, this looks big. Let me just go for the regular. I got the regular and it's fine when, I'm wearing them. But at the end of the shift, this, when your legs are, swollen at the end of the shift, this now feels tight, if you get what I mean. So if you want to go for these shoes, I would say instead of going for the regular, if you have regular feet, go for the wide. And if you have wide feet, go for the extra wide. If you are a nurse or if you're at a job that you'll be standing for a very long time. So yeah, that's another thing I wanted to say about the shoes. So if you want to get these shoes, instead of going for regular, go for wide. And if you have wide feet already, go for the extra wide. That was something else I was going to say. The next question we're going to be answering are, were these shoes squeaky? Yes, they were. They were slightly squeaky. Like they would make that tee, 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 tee kind of sound when you walked around in them. Not too loud, but it's something that you just notice, like, why is it making that noise? And it's not as if you were walking on water or anything, or like a slippery surface. It made that noise like on certain surfaces, so which was usually all the time when I was in hospital. So yeah, they were slightly squeaky when I walked in them. So if you don't like squeaky shoes, I wouldn't advise you go buy the shoes. And the next question I'm going to be answering is, were they easy to wipe down? Yes, they were easy to wipe down. As you can see, they look clean. And this is all leather. So it's easy to wipe down with cleaner wipes, with whatever wipes you have. Yeah, these are good to wipe down, and they're supposed to be water resistant. So it's been raining recently, and I actually was not worried to walk in them in the rain because they will protect your feet. And even when you're in the hospital, when things spill, you know that your feet are protected in these shoes. If you're looking for water resistant shoes, I would advise you go for these shoes. And they were slip resistant. I didn't have to fall. Not to say that I've ever fallen before in any of the shoes I've had to wear to work, but these shoes have been advertised as slip resistant. So if that is what you are looking for in a shoe, you can go for this shoe. Honestly, even though for the fact that they were not comfortable, I feel like if you had these shoes for a very long time, they would last. They seem durable. I mean, just look at them. They look like something you wear in the army or something like that. They look like and they're quite clunky. So yeah. As in, let me show you how much support this shoe is. You can hardly bend it. That is how much. Ugh. Okay, I'm not joking, guys. I know I don't have too much power, but still. Okay, so let me try to bend these shoes for you. You can hardly bend them. Hardly. Oh, they do give a lot of support. So, what is my verdict? Are we keeping the HOKA Bondi SR shoes, or are we going to return them? Unfortunately, guys, I have to return these shoes. In as much as they are advertised to have so many good qualities, I've worn them for 2 weeks straight now, and my legs still feel very uncomfortable in them. And I'm going to be doing a lot of standing at work. That is, a no-brainer. I need something that is going to give me more cushion than support. So I'm going to return these shoes. I might decide to go for the HOKA Bondi 9 or the HOKA Clifton 10. But this time, I think what I'll do is I'll try them in stores first instead of ordering straight from the website. I'll go to maybe JD Sports and see if they have the HOKA shoes available and try them out. And then see if I like them and then order them from the website. Yeah, and that is it for today. These shoes are going back to HOKA. Thank you for the 30-day return policy. Back you go. And that is, my verdict. Like I said earlier, if you're looking for cushion, this is not a shoe for you. But if you are looking for support, something to give your leg, some kind of sturdiness, this is a shoe for you. I would recommend. So that is it. That is what I feel about the shoes after wearing them for 2 weeks. And if you're going to get these shoes, go for a size up or 1.5, size up. And also make sure you're not going for regular. Go for, a width wider than your normal feet. And that's all I have to say about the shoes. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you've had the HOKA Bondi SR, tell me your experience in the comment below. Maybe it's the same thing as mine, or maybe it's different. Let me know. And I will see you in the next video. Hopefully when I get another work shoe, I'll review it here on the channel. And we will see if I keep those or if I return those. Bye for now.